This whole Damon Fowler thing has really got me thinking about two different important topics. The first is, of course, the obvious over-the-top reaction by the love-filled Christians that are tormenting this poor kid who has stood up for his constitutionally protected rights and who's done nothing more than point out that a public school can't endorse religion by openly supporting a prayer during commencement. Now, he has an entire town of people pissed off at him. His own parents have disowned him. His mother's ready to lock him up and throw away the key, which says a lot about the character of these Christians. But what always gets me is how these people who are clearly in the majority constantly whine about being persecuted or being repressed somehow. The problem is you can't oppress a majority. It's just not logically possible. And what we're seeing right now are the true colors of Christianity. Full of hate, full of bile, ready to pounce on anybody that doesn't believe in the same nonsense that they do. The moment you stand up for yourself, you're cast out. The moment you start thinking for yourself, you're cast out. Now, for having the courage and strength to do that anyway, I say, good job, Damon. I understand your brother is going to be helping you get out of that messy situation, and for what it's worth, you're not going to have to deal with this kind of crap anymore. When you leave that small town nonsense behind, your life is really going to start to get better and more interesting. Not everyone is as insane as the people in your hometown. The second thing that I wanted to talk about, though, has been revealed in pieces as this whole thing unfolds. The valedictorian participating in this graduation ceremony happens to be Christian, and she's the one that wants to push that prayer down everyone's throats. At the commencement rehearsal today, or yesterday, excuse me, she went ahead and did the prayer anyway, despite the school saying, you know, we can't do this, it's not legal. So she knows she's breaking the law, but she did it anyway. Classic martyrdom. I'm in the majority, and, well, I'm making everybody bend to my will, but damn it, I'm the victim here. Way to go, you dumb bitch. The other problem I have, though, is related to that. I'll digress a little bit here and point out that a school administrator, I think one of his teachers, actually said to a newspaper that that Damon hasn't contributed anything of significance to his class or to the graduation ceremony, which, one, is really unprofessional for a teacher or any administrator to say, to just openly say. I mean, we're talking, you know, there's liability there right there. I mean, she's an idiot for saying it. But people also argue that, oh yes, he's contributing quite a bit to the graduation. That whole legality thing comes to mind. But the real issue here has revealed itself in the arguments and debates that have happened online relating to this topic. The valedictorian, for example, has posted publicly on her Facebook profile, which she's left public. She is proud of her firm commitment to this religious nonsense. And what I've noticed is she can't spell. Her grammar is terrible. She capitalizes every word of every sentence that she writes. I don't mean all caps, I mean the first letter of every word gets capitalized, whether it's a proper noun or not. It's kind of depressing, actually. She is lacking the kind of written skills that would probably keep her from even getting into a community college. Now, what depresses me here is that this community is producing people just like her on a regular basis, and she's not the only one in this mess that's arguing on the Christian side who can't write worth a damn. And she's the valedictorian. Keep that in mind. She has no written skills to speak of whatsoever, and she got the highest marks in the entire school for her senior year. That should tell you something about the quality of education that these good Christian people are actually giving their students. Now that you could take this as an indictment of public education, but really this is public education co-opted by religious loons, and I don't think it's the same thing. I would say that once you get a completely religious group of people administering a high school, it's not a traditional public school anymore. It's really just a church with uglier construction. You know, these are the kind of people that teach biology but don't believe it. They have to teach evolution because the stupid government says you're supposed to, but we all know God did it. That's the kind of people we're dealing with here. And we're watching them throw a big collective temper tantrum because they're not getting their way. You know, as well as I do, that if a Hindu or a Muslim wanted to make a prayer, a big deal out of it, at the commencement, there would be a shitstorm like you couldn't imagine. And I think they know it too. What they're upset about isn't that the right to pray is being trampled. It's the right for them to pray and make everyone else pray whether they believe it or not. I think that's about all I had to say about this. The people involved in this are just scummy beyond belief. And I'm disappointed that in 2011 we still have people this stupid that they think they can get away with what they're doing even when they've been caught, and the national media is paying attention to this now. I don't know. It really seems like people are just getting dumber and dumber, and the religious are getting more and more crazy as time goes on. What can we do about it? Well, we can keep teaching people, we can keep giving critical thinking skills to people that don't have them, and we just have to keep telling the truth, that their religious beliefs are based on superstition. They're indoctrinated as kids, and they just grow up believing it because it's what their parents believe. It's a virus, it's a poison, but the good news is there's a cure. And anybody can be freed from religious nonsense. It just takes a bit of thought, effort, and strength. And there's a lot more of us out there who've rejected religion than you might think. And all it takes to find us is to stand up for yourself when some religion is trying to shove it down your throat. Anyway, good job, Damon, and good luck with your graduation. I hope it goes well. And I will check in a bit later with another topic I wanted to rant about, but that'll be in a few hours. See you, folks.